Welcome in and good evening, everybody. We are here for the Flyquest Red ESEA Advanced game tonight against SparkExchange. I'm joined tonight by Parks. Parks, how you doing?
I'm good. We were just riffing earlier about being in Chicago before uh all this stuff. We've been very musical tonight, I think, in the lead up to this because it's a late game. We're an hour later than usual. I'm not used to this. I need to go to bed soon.
Yeah, that's why the bed's right there behind you. You
Yeah,
also have a
it's right
bed. I can
there.
point to a bed too. Look at this.
Bed.
We've got prop humor tonight. We've got Counter Strike tonight. You know what we don't have is teams in the top 16 of ESEA Advanced. But what we do have is Spark Exchange, who are 2-2 tonight. FlyQuest Red are 3-5. So we are still going to have an exciting game of ESEA Advanced. FlyQuest Red looking to make it into that very crucial, I think, top 26 for playoff contention. They've still got a few weeks left to go, but here they are. Beyond Fox continuing to valiantly stand in for Goose Breeder, Emmy, Vanessa, and Marie.
Do you think Lydia's gonna get tired and we'll have to sit down eventually? Standing, it takes a. There's a lot has to go into standing up for so long and standing in, but no, it's a good roster so far. I mean, they've done well for themselves. And sitting on the other side there, Spark Exchange, PLX2, Ellis, Merkin, K2, and Punk. I believe there's another player on that roster that I was looking at earlier as well. Xcape is on as a substitute. He's listed as a substitute, so potential to see him play as well. These are recognizable advanced player names, so it's going to be an interesting match tonight to see for sure.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised to see them so low in the rankings, but I guess they have played one less game than most of the teams. It's always interesting to see how the advanced schedule goes, especially in these best of one seasons where you'll have some teams on 4 games, some teams on 5 games, some teams on 6 games. So, and it's just like, all right, how do we actually rank up against these teams? I guess we'll find out when we play more games.
We'll see soon enough. I always think it's really interesting how Face It, when it changed over to from the ESEA dedicated website to Face It, it changed kind of how they did the scoring. So you could be 3-2 and you'd be ranked a certain way, but if some team was like 2-1, or they had a better win percentage than you, if they still had less numerical wins than you did, they would still be ranked lower, which to my mind doesn't make as much sense. Like if you're 75% of the season and another team has more wins than you, but they're actually only 68%, it gets a little bit weird. So yeah, teams are a little bit lower in the rankings than I think they might need to be, and especially with all the updates and everything hitting, we kind of get to go that way. But best news of the night, off the board, we got in with Mirage.
Different map. It's a different map. Well, we've interviewed FlyQuest Red about this, right? They were thinking that they wanted to get some other maps into the rotation. And as we were looking at the bans tonight, it was SparkExchange that banned out Dust 2, and then FlyQuest Red actually banned out Nuke. So this is at least partially their decision to be on Mirage instead of one of their standbys.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not too bad of a map to go into, considering the age-old verbiage. Everybody knows how to play Mirage. It's not. It used to be. I want to say it used to be mid 2010s. Everybody knew how to play Dust 2. That was kind of the colloquial. Everybody knows how to play Dust 2, most popular map out there, everything like that. And then Dust 2 was removed from the map pool for a little bit. And in between, Mirage became the most popular, and it has never been dethroned from that. And all the other maps, or most of the other maps, have had some kind of facelift, some kind of change, some kind of this and that. Mirage has had a bench added. That's how little this map has changed, and how iconic it still stands. But we're into the match right now. Pistol round coming forward. FlyQuest Red T side. They're gonna get us going.
Yeah, they're stacking up over toward the B-bomb site for the pistol round here. This nade, could be huge. Look at the damage. I just noticed Jake Buehler's on the server tonight as well. Buehler starts this one off. Maybe on making her way out onto the site with one of her own, but and already entering these shots back. 3 versus 2. Now Sheikh Zula alone. Mr. Bad News Bears himself in the 1 versus 2. Can he pull this one off? He's run out of bullets, and PLX pulls out the dualies to finish the job. It's SparkExchange with the pistol round.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty easy reason for why Shake is in the server right now. It is probably like 3 in the morning for Marie over in Europe. She's still at home in Denmark. So as a result, you bring in the NA boy himself, the coach, the manager. Well, not the manager, but he is the coach for sure. And it's unfortunate they don't get the round started the way they want. It's a good defense coming in from SparkExchange to get things going. And the boost up is integral to that. So M4s, MP7s, and a FOSS.
SparkExchange is like if you have some planeswalkers that want to switch bodies. Any Magic players in the chat will get that.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I'll be honest.
That's okay.
Good. The
Production
good news is
will got that
yeah,
reference.
Production got the reference. It's okay as long as somebody gets the reference within the room, right? Then you're set.
We have to make references because this is just an upgraded pistol round for Flyquest Red, and they will flood out onto the A-bomb site into the MP7 of Ellis. The upgraded rifles for SparkExchange coming out here in force. Nessa does manage to get one back, but a Glock versus 4 is a pretty untenable position, and PLX is going to put her out of her misery. SparkExchange with the quick second round here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just because of the setup, Flyquest were not able to get the bomb down, and they weren't able to get that many kills. They got one, which is good, but the problem is because it's a bonus round, Ellis is immediately able to buy back in with a rifle. So, just gotta be aware of that coming into this one. Full AK setup though, and we'll see how this goes. As again, they're leaning towards the side, and they might have caught the right timing because Bibion's out fast. She is out extremely fast. Ellis is not ready for this fight. Still gets it while blind. Good trade coming in from Fox. They've got the site. Now they just need to hold. And Emmy, it's a great kill as the smoke was blown up.
I mean, that's some pretty... we've gotten used to seeing Bibion or Emmy being the tip of this spear, charging out early and getting a ton of space. And that's exactly how this round goes. Now Sheikh Zula going to be the coach here to make sure that CT spawn is cleared up for the team if they want to exit this direction. Just Bueller left standing, 1 versus 4. Finds Sheikh Zula over by the APC, but Emmy not going to let him get any further, and Flyquest Red on the board right after that anti-eco.
Great round coming in from the team. Great trades as well. I think that's the biggest way you can say how that round went so well, was just because they were able to trade off each other so well. Bibion goes down early. Fox is right there. Sheikh Zula goes in quickly into CT. Emmy is right behind him, ready to get into the fight, ready to get going. And that's exactly what this round, what that round ends up looking like. They're going in for the fights. They're getting those kills. And so now coming into the next round, it's a 4-spy, you can say, for SparkExchange for sure. There's an op in one hand, a 5-7 in another, and K2 is running around with a shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they thought that this was still nuke, and you can still pull out the XM and be okay with it. Oh, she spots the player on porch. He's not able to get the kill, but Bueller sitting on the site over in the corner, only gonna get the 1. Meanwhile, Flyquest Red, they make their way on out, and SparkExchange have to get so far away from this. Merkin going to be pushed back into Markin by the Molotov, and they've got Ellis on the lurk here behind them, this 5-7 in a dangerous position, but it looks like at AWP will be saved up as soon as possible. SparkExchange trying to deny as many exits from the site as they can. Oh, this is dangerous, though. Ellis just waiting in the back. Sidewalk, the 5-7. Answers for 1. Can he get a second? No. Bibion will avenge her fallen comrade. Flyquest Red will even things out.
Solid round. That's, you know what? When it comes to taking a site quickly, I mean, that's pretty much exactly what you want to do. Emmy, it's a great routing that she has to completely ignore while also kind of spotting out that apartment's exit, and then as well, you get the player in towards get right. Okay, found. Easy. There's 2. Up the follow-up, and Bibion and Fox are able to get those kills. Shake is into the site immediately, and that just gives them the control to take the round from there. Like, it's a hard way to get back into the B site. So going to see that continue on here. It is going to be just one player over towards B again in K2. I don't know if SparkExchange is trying to guess and, place a bet essentially on which site they should stack. Especially, you know what, I kind of take that back a little bit. They only have pistols this round. It doesn't matter as much. You can see that's why the full stack was over there. They're protecting PLX2 with the op in hand.
Yeah, I like the idea of just having the posse sit around the opper. If anybody gets too close, that pocket of pistols is going to be quite a problem for anyone, and then you still have the op to pick off anyone too far away. But no opportunities present themselves for SparkExchange, so Flyquest Red gonna grab that lead on back, and it's looking like we might have a round with not even a point of damage. Oh, never mind. I tell a lie. Shake Zula with the headshot. Flattens Merkin. But I bet there won't be any more damage. I don't think you can ninja. All right, Vanessa's probably going to die
She
being
threw
there.
her guns. She threw her guns at the end. She's done.
Like, I got my kill, and I'm getting away to the afterlife.
That's so funny. Hey, you know what? I think I think the craziest thing of all that is I believe it was K2 going in for the bomb just to try and see if they could get anybody to rush back into the site and be like, oh no, there's not enough thing. There's just enough time. Hey, Vanessa was already there. I think she was messing up the jump from Van, which I can't confirm nor deny on. We'd have to do a review of the play, but no, I mean, it's a solid round for Flyquest Red to take the lead on the map, and they still have plenty in the gas tank here as they continue to move on. Fox, interesting enough, finally has an op in hand.
Yeah, and I think none too soon, because if Flyquest Red do succeed here, it's a good time to spiral some more rounds in their own favor on the T side. SparkExchange, on the other hand, really need this to try and keep Flyquest Red's money under control, which on these rounds, they haven't gotten that many kills. Unfortunately, Fox going to burn to death in the Molotov on ramp. Does give away his position, and the nade over by Triple. Good damage done. Merkin going to be flattened as well, but Ellis responds. We're down to 3 versus 2. SparkExchange now clear advantage. Bibion going to catch a rotator, and Bueller. That is going to give away a little bit more information that both of these remaining players are on the A-bomb site, but Shake Zula, aim as crispy as ever. Headshot onto K2. And it's just Ellis on half HP to try and salvage this round. This round that could have gone in the favor of SparkExchange, but now everything has gone away from them, and Molotov forces him out of position just into the crosshairs of Shake Zula for Flyquest Red. Now 4 rounds versus the 2 of SparkExchange.
Yeah, the communication really seems on point tonight for Flyquest Red, and the spacing seems to be going with it, because in that round, I mean, it gets a little bit chaotic. You got all those kills, but beyond that late lurk in through middle finds the cat player watching. Amazing kill by Shake Zula to pick up the opper over and towards CT, and then that communication to pincer in on the last player in towards Ellis, and just there's nothing that Ellis can do. And so 4-2, and SparkExchange, I mean, they're looking for any kind of ignition here to try and get going. Eagles, P250s, and an MP9 to get things over the line.
Yeah, you call it the spacing, and it's something that I think we see a lot from Flyquest Red, where if somebody's calling a strat, then everybody is going to be behind that person. Emmy this time, the first one in. Oh, dunks onto Merkin as well. But whoever's the first one in, everyone else is going to be following that person, no matter what the strat is.
Ooh.
Oh, that's gonna hurt in the morning. Headshot off of the Eagle. That does give away the information. Player inside of connector. And the HP starting to get real low for these SparkExchange players. Vanessa gonna find herself into that MP9, although she will hit that headshot. So good post plant for Flyquest Red. 3 versus 2.
I'd be really surprised if SparkExchange continues to go for this. BLX2 is peeled away. K2, yeah, there's a reason maybe to stick around, try and pick up a gun or two. You can't really move without worrying about a player from the site getting eyes on. So it'll be a last-second run out for K2 for sure. And there it is. That's the sight line. Shakespeare finds the kill. And that will be another round for Flyquest Red. PLX2 saving an AK across. 5-2 goes the scoreline.
I mean, this is just everything that Flyquest Red falling into position. They have the communication to make sure whoever's entry fragging is going to be conveying that back, making sure that they get traded out and making sure that the rest of the team can always take those sites. And the executes are happening so quickly as well. So there's just not enough time for SparkExchange to get all their forces mustered into position. And so it's really going a long way to make sure that these post plants, just all the puzzle pieces are fitting into position.
So I was just taking a quick look at SparkExchange's map counts in terms of what they played. They played Mirage the most during the season. They've so far gone 1-1, and it's actually the last 2 matches were the Mirage games, and one of them they won pretty significantly, and the other one they lost in overtime. So I don't think we can, necessarily count the chickens in terms of what the lead has given so far for Flyquest Red, but I'm interested to see how this continues going, especially now with both teams in full buy mode. 4 rifles and an op for either side, and I mean, a lot of money has been invested here from Flyquest Red. Emmy is pretty much on fumes in terms of her own pocket.
You can also count the chickens anyway. There's 0. There's no chickens on Mirage.
I did not need that realism brought into my game. I prefer to think there's at least one hidden chicken on every single map.
Nope.
You just gotta find them.
Is this an Inferno or Anubis? So there's no chickens. Ooh, nice molly into under Belk. Emmy able to react to that one, and Merkin will be knocked out of this round. K2 sitting behind Firebox could pose a bit of a problem. Spots the back of one. Gonna take down the planter and the spray down for the second. Vanessa, though, holding on top of Porch, is going to salvage things for Flyquest Red. And this 1 versus 3 for PLX, it might be time to already save, and that bomb is not even down yet.
That is a crazy double coming in. We praise their spacing. We praise how well they've been able to take sites so far. And then you see something like that and you go, just got to tighten up a little bit and everything should be fine. But yeah, it's a good double coming in. And I mean, yeah, PLX2 doesn't have any spot to go. You want to save the op as well for another chance. Flyquest Red going to hit 6. They're going to guarantee themselves at least a tie at the half, which is good to see on their T side.
Yeah, it does look like they're not going to salvage the op, but the money is still looking pretty darn good from Flyquest Red. This is a situation, though, where SparkExchange getting just a couple of frags on their CT side is a good thing just from the standpoint of, all right, you're earning a couple of extra $100 just from those kill rewards, and you're making sure that the money doesn't get too out of control. Jake Zula does still have 5 digits, but at least Emmy's on $2,400, right?
Does it matter? Like, she's got Oilers on her team. She's fine. Like, there's gonna be somebody to buy her gun no matter what. And I mean, that's the kind of reckless abandon you need to have in a play like this, because she's got fast and she's got the kill onto Ellis already. They're not ready for this. Merkin will get one back on the spam through the smoke, but I mean, the utility is starting to pile in now, and it's just slowly and surely pushing CTs back into awkward positions. BB on.
I feel like I'm watching the exact opposite of their game last night. Last night, it felt like Rain Above had so many perfect timings out of being just a tiny bit faster than Flyquest Red, but this time, it's Flyquest Red just playing like so fast, faster than I think I've ever seen them, and it's going beautifully for them. Vanessa with a kill back in CT, and now it's just Merkin alone in the 1 versus 4. This is ridiculous, and it's amazing to see. Merkin does at least manage to remove Vanessa from this equation, but 1 versus 4 and a singular fire remaining. I have to go for the save, but Flyquest Red are bloodthirsty. They're looking for this, and going to be a little bit of a dangerous spot.
I'm sorry. I'm still back at when that double kill into towards CT happened. I mean, what can you say? What can you say about when you see a team playing like that off of a round? It's faster. Yeah, they've been playing a lot faster tonight, and it's really working out across the squad for them. And coming into this round, I mean, 2-7. You mentioned the money earlier potentially being a bit of a problem. I mean, SparkExchange don't have any economy anymore to really work out the last 3 rounds of the half, and we're gonna see that come into full force here because it's fast again from Flyquest Red. They're trying to get quickly out. Emmy gets stuck in towards the windowsill, so for a 2-for-1 onto the site.
This is gonna hurt. This is the first time Flyquest Red have gone B in so many rounds, and it's gone completely against them. It's gone completely pear-shaped. Sheikh Zula spots 1 around pillar, so that it's at least to even things back out at 2. But SparkExchange have already arrived on the B-bomb site. They weren't far away at all. And Fox, not quite on the angle that she needs to be to nail down that shot. So it's just going to be the coach remaining, Sheikh Zula, looking for this 1 versus 2. He's already got 1 in his back pocket. Can he make it a triple?
Slowly moving around.
Oh.
Site. You'll hear some noise. There's the first. And that's just experience knowing exactly where Ellis is going to be. Oh.
I'm
Sheikh Zula, my beloved.
I'm a little confused there because after that first little bit of noise, Ellis just decided, you know what? We're going loud. We're going all over the place. It's all good. He's not going to be able to tell what's going on. And no, Sheikh totally plays the game still. So.
Oh, he knows. He's a knower. I think this is one of those things. Especially, as an active coach, he still does the homework, right? He still plays like you said. He still plays the game. He still knows what he's doing. He's still a top rated player, within the scene. So we'll see how this continues to check out. As Vanessa has worked her way over in towards Palace, Emmy's already out towards A. She's gonna have to play a little bit of guess and check with Ellis in towards Palace, but I mean, she'll win that fight. Now all of a sudden, it's just swarm out the site, and SparkExchange are stuck in the corner yet again.
Flyquest Red, they just ball out on the A-bomb site, and SparkExchange just don't really have an answer for it. They do arrive here, and Flyquest Red are starting to pull back, so this might be the round that SparkExchange have been looking for to try and reestablish a foothold, but it feels like it's too little too late. 2 rounds left in the half. 8-4 being the best possible scoreline you can get is not great fortune. And shot off those SMG. Comes down Merkin, and a shot on a Bueller as well. But K2 proves to be too much. 3 players too many for SparkExchange. They do salvage the round into a 3rd.
Yeah, there's enough money across the entire side, though, for Flyquest to get another full buy-in and not have to worry, especially since it is the end of the half. And, I mean, like you said, 8-4, 9-3 now is the scoreline. We're getting one of those 2 scorelines. So remains to be seen right here, but for sure it's going to be a different test. Flyquest Red, after picking a site and going kind of fast to it every single round, have decided, let's take this one a little bit slower. Let's spread out a little bit more. Play a bit more defaulty. And they're going to take their time with this one. 1:30 on the clock. They've not shown any interest towards any site particularly. And in fact, I think they've thrown very limited... Well, they've thrown the default utility mid control. That's really it. They've kept everything else in the back pocket.
And they've managed to make SparkExchange play this one extremely scared. Look at how far back everyone's playing. You do have at least 1 player on the minimap that's super close to ramp, but other than that, no one's really taking space for SparkExchange. So no matter what happens, Flyquest Red have a pretty good opportunity to get close to these sites pretty quietly. Bueller getting ready on Cat, but the execute starting to come out on the B-bomb site. They're They're going to have to catch this one out. 2 kills for SparkExchange. Vanessa, 1 back for Flyquest. Red, nails the player inside a market. It gets dropped by K2. That's going to leave it to Fox and Emmy now in the 2 versus 3. 30 seconds remaining. They do have to recover the bomb that's been left out in the open. Fox deletes Ellis. Versus 2 now, and SparkExchange have arrived here on the B-bomb site, but Emmy gonna sideline K2, and it's just PLX left standing, has to go for the pistol, has some information that there's some low HP in the game here, and 10 seconds remaining. That bomb needs to get planted here, or the last kill. Emmy, unfortunately, not gonna be the one to salvage this one, and there's not enough time for the bomb plant, but the Tech 9 comes out for Fox, 9-3. In the last possible second. What? Oh my goodness.
That is one of the craziest round endings that I think I've seen. And I mean, full... Fox correctly guessed that PLX has moved over into the doorway to try and get away from the window where he was last seen. No op fight at all. It's just straight up Tech 9 balling out. I feel like he's not ready for this. He's like, it's the last second of the round. There's nothing that's going to happen. He's not close enough nearly to get me. No, not at all. And now all of a sudden we're into a pistol. It's 9-3. Flyquest spread. I mean, they're setting up for a mid kind of play right now. It is going to be an A hit. So we'll see how they can react off that.
They're playing with a certain fire under their belts right now after, again, I don't want to reference last night too much in case anyone wants to go back and watch the VOD, but look at these kills that are coming out from Flyquest Red. They're so fast. They're so decisive. Vanessa just toying with Bueller. And K2 not going to be standing up to any of this. Flyquest Red, the pace is unreal.
I think it is the craziest. Again, we'll mention last night real quick, just because we have a second to do so. Yeah, last night they played. They felt like they were playing a different game than they are right now, right? They've got a lot of. It feels like they're coming into this one. They've got a lot of confidence. They've got a lot of swagger that they're going in with to all these fights, and it's really infectious to having good aim and having round-winning fights, like the Fox round, like the Sheikh Zula round. Like, it's all working out, and so all of a sudden now, double digits for them going up against SparkExchange, and I mean, again, Vanessa just staying aggressive, bringing the fight forward. K2 will find Sheikh Zula. The A hit looks to be on.
Yeah, I love how close she was getting. She was just way out in the open to take those first fights. There were too many players, so SparkExchange, they do manage to push them back, and Ellis, oh dear. Flyquest Red, hubris, thy name is you. That was... The confidence finally gets shoved back into their faces. SparkExchange maybe establishing a foothold here on the T side.
Well, we'll see how they can mount up with this one. I don't expect to see much from the Flyquest Red this round. They're good with pistols, but it's a guessing game of can you pick the right area that SparkExchange are going to be fighting with, and you can try and pick a player off here or there. Fox getting aggressive in towards ladder room. This timing might be good because BBon's going to be with her here. And they found the right spot. There are 4 players from SparkExchange making their way forward. And the smoke's going to go out. Oh, Fox. Oh, no. The timing just barely not in.
We're seeing so many MP7s, though. Like, everybody's picking it up. Who cares, though? The Deagle still does Deagle things. Emmy, that was so close. Down to 50 HP for PLX, but will manage to find the kill in the end. And SparkExchange, 2 in a row. Haven't done that so far, so this is the first. Well, except for Pistol and Anti-Eco.
All right.
Real talk, though. Who casted haste on this game? Like,
yeah, we're going fast.
Like, you know, everyone's equipped Lightning Greaves.
It does feel like everybody's moving with a little bit more pep in their step, and I think a little bit of that might just be because of how late it is. Everybody wants to go to bed.
It's also Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and that means that it's the weekend, and we can all get some rest, which always is nice. Okay, well, everybody pushed down mid. Fox just up over the top. That's an AK though. That's crucial for Flyquest Red.
Yeah, the big trick is
Actually,
trying to keep it alive now, though, because they're walking into 2 players potentially here in Merkin and Bueller in towards ramp. So a big survival drill now coming forward is, I think the bomb might be coming here as well.
well, hilariously, SparkExchange were like, this is our round to be slow and steady. We gotta watch out for the pistols. And Flyquest are like, damn right you do. We'll bring them to your face. Look at this. Vanessa playing just right next to ramp. The flash, exactly what's required here to make sure that SparkExchange stay alive. Beyond playing from Firebox, not going to be surviving for too long either. And the P250 of Fox will be dispatched as well. SparkExchange now up to 6.
Yeah, finding their rhythm now as well. And we'll see how Flyquest are able to counter that, of course. It's good. I mean, it's a good time for them to have rifles. It's They won the pistol. You lose a few rounds immediately after that. Try and build back into the economy, and now all of a sudden, you got to win this one. You're gonna be in the throes of an economic crisis.
I just want to point out that the stream has been running for 48 minutes. Like, this is the fastest Counter-Strike game just ever. It's nice though. What if we reduce the round timer to 1:30 from 1:55? Just, you know.
All hell breaks loose.
And everybody's movement speed up by 5-10 units.
Okay, we're not playing COD here. Okay, you could take a second there. Take a think.
But look at these kills. SparkExchange walk in through connector, and they get railed. They get mowed down, 4 down, and PLX again alive to just be like, bro, where's my team?
It's a good way of being last alive. Often it feels like, and I mean that's okay. It's fine, but you just gotta be careful. You know. Hopefully next time you participate to the rest of the round with your teammate and get some kills coming through. You know, it kind of feels like he's avoiding the fights, and I mean 30 seconds left. He has to commit to something here. 3 players of 4 are bearing down, and he will get the kill, and that will be an 11th for Flyquest Red.
Out 2 away from victory now, and they've done a good job at controlling, getting the kills on some of these pistol rounds that SparkExchange, the only one with any money, is Mr. Last Man Standing PLX. So this round looking to be likely a bit of a save for the SparkExchange side. Maybe they'll need to turn that spark into a lightning bolt or something. I've been trying to think of jokes for the SparkExchange, and
I think you can do better, but we'll workshop it. We'll workshop it. Spark, fire, ignition, engines. Start your engines. NASCAR.
Does The Shining have anything to do with sparks? I don't remember.
Ideas.
I mean, for me, the spark is just all of winter when it's dry out and I touch every doorknob and it shocks me.
No, it's static.
That's a spark.
No, it's static.
Well, we'll see if SparkExchange have the static or the spark to ignite a comeback here. They're going to need a lot. 5 rounds now behind Flyquest Red. But again, it looks like we're finally going to get a slowed down round. No one from Flyquest Red shoving down mid. No one pushing into Palace or pushing ramp. I say that. Vanessa is in Palace, but SparkExchange definitely keeping this one slow. They are looking to lean toward the B-bomb site, though.
Ooh, this is a really well-timed boost up for BB on in towards that little stop spot. Oh, it's perfect. Well, blind, she'll blind. 1, 2, 3. They line up for the spray down. It's huge. And PLX.
They gave her time to reset the spray as well. Like, no one was looking.
Oh my goodness.
And PLX is last.
He's left alone. He's like, I got enough. What am I supposed to do? 3 seconds. You gotta figure out something soon because Vivian is hunting and she wants blood. Igzul
I
will be in there to
mean,
trade it off. Brilliant.
again, Flyquest Red are playing to avenge last night's performance, I think. This is brutal.
We'll see how this ends up going because the buy coming in from SparkExchange is near non-existent. Tech 9s and Mac 10s kind of is all they can muster because they put the eggs in the basket last round. So you leave them with nothing to go with, and it's kind of the doom march. They walk forward into effectively hell.
Well, if you're going through hell, maybe keep going. Maybe you make it out by just trying to make it through. I don't know. I Jewish. I don't know how everyone else looks at hell.
I view it like the good place and the bad place. If you've ever seen that TV show,
I haven't. You know what I have seen though is
you're missing. You're missing out.
my YouTube feed keeps showing me Lucifer clips. Oh, hold on. Vanessa flashed into ramp, but only Bueller here. Now 4 versus 5. Shake Zula trying to spray down 2, but the spray gets away from him a little bit. These pistols actually having a huge impact. Fox knocked off of Ticket. Leon trying to get in to jungle, but E2 is already there, and that bomb is down. Tech 9 for K2, but Ellis has recovered an M4, and this retake is actually got a little bit thorny from SparkExchange. Themselves into some good after plants as well. 20 seconds remaining. There are kits, so Flyquest Red will have that 5-second defuse. Molly's into Palace to push away that player. K2 now gonna be the big player. Ooh, knocked down from the AK. Flash into Palace, and there's the 5-7. Defuse comes in just in the nick of time. Flyquest Red with a 13-6 performance here on Mirage.
Yeah, huge kills across the board. And, I mean, it's a little scary at the end. Just a little scary, but, I mean, they get it over the board. And that's a convincing win, as you'll see, from any point of time coming into that one. It's a huge win for the girls, and, I mean, bumps them up to 4-2 so far. And, I mean, looking good to continue to rise up those rankings and get back into a playoff spot.
Yeah, and historically, Flyquest Red have made at least somewhat deep runs in the playoffs. So making sure that they do make it back into that position for a couple of reasons. One, because there's VRS now. And we haven't said it every night, but it's relevant. Playoffs matter. There's VRS that gets you into other tournaments. So it's a big deal. And I think we are very happy to see that Flyquest Red will be now up to playoff stage, at least as of tonight. Look at the score lines, though. Sheikh Zula coming into the server to make sure that his team is secure in beating SparkExchange.
Yeah, a little sneaky there in Vanessa grabbing 17 kills. It's I always find it so funny whenever she's topping the board like that, just because it's like I remember the 3Ks, I remember all the other stuff, right? All the big kills she comes up with, but then it's all the small kills that she's getting to support the rest of her teammates making those big plays that they slowly add up over time, right? It's one of those funny things. Like, I didn't think she had 17 kills, but you know what? It totally makes sense just because of how she played, and she played really well tonight for sure.
She sure did. We're just waiting to see who we're bringing in for the interview. Does look like we've got someone joining into the voice chat, so we'll be getting that running pretty soon here. But yeah, just a massive game on the side of Flyquest Red. And next week is actually going to be really exciting too. Just let me give you a little preview of next week, because I went and looked to see what it was going to be. It's going to be SKDC, who I think are sitting at 6th or 7th or 8th, with the 38-year-old talent Ocean, and Lag, who, while they did lose to Mythic, which is something that always amuses me, is, aha, you lost to Mythic. Uh, they did beat Foxtrot, and they've beaten Chicken Coop, so they're taking some big scalps. So Flyquest Red going to have their work cut out for them next week. But for now, we have an interview.
Is the interview ready? Are we amazing?
This is me throwing to the interview.
Sorry. Sometimes,
Well, yeah, you
sometimes.
can see me throwing with my hands.
All right, let's not waste Emmy's time here. She's got a lot of stuff to do. Emmy, congrats on the win tonight. How are you feeling after that? After a lot of Counter-Strike this week.
It was a good game. It was a long week. We have a lot to, drill, because new changes. But I think even the last league match that we lost, there's a lot to learn from, and we talked a lot about it. And this match was good. I mean, everyone was kind of firing on all cylinders, and we had Unk carry. We had Shake carry, Coach Shake.
That is a good
that's
thing
fun.
to call out. How is
Yeah.
it playing with a coach in the server rather than just being able to talk to him during the timeouts?
He's very experienced. I mean, he played pro Counter-Strike, so obviously he brings a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience into, because he had to call tonight. So yeah, it's just like confidence, I guess, that he brings, and he also has like pretty good vibes. So he's always like making us laugh and stuff like that. So he's always fun to play with.
We saw a bit of a switch up with the maps tonight. You guys deviated from the Dust 2 Nuke shuffle and decided to play some Mirage. We saw that you banned Nuke, in fact, as well with that. Did it feel good to be playing other maps than those two and kind of spread your wings a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, historically, Flyquest Red has been a Mirage team, so it's always fun playing Mirage. I think it's, yeah, I don't know. Playing a couple maps, getting into the groove of things. Have we played Anubis in a league match? I don't think so.
No, not yet. You'll get there, hopefully.
Yeah, but so far our map pool is pretty fun. And yeah, throwing in a little Mirage, because obviously last season it was Mirage, 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 and this season we've been playing different maps. So yeah, just going back to our bread and butter, basically.
Was that kind of why we saw you guys all playing as fast as we did? Because it was just, all right, 30 seconds on a site. 30 seconds or less or your money back.
I think that was like Shake's way of calling. I think he's good with like running with momentum. When we have the momentum, he wants us to like just run it down onto the sites. He's like, let's just do this first timing, like no hesitation. I think that's just his way of calling, which is good. Like we set the pace, and I mean, the rounds speak for themselves.
One last thing for me here. We've seen a bit of a role swap kind of come back and forth. I know for you, back in the CLG Red days, you were a rifler on this team for a long time, and then you come back to Flyquest Red. You start opping for a little bit there as well, and now you're back to rifling again. How does it feel to be, essentially a hybrid player, being able to just kind of pick up whatever and do a really good job with whatever you get in your hands?
It feels good. I mean, there obviously is a lot less pressure being a rifler, so now I can kind of just focus on like helping the team and being more of like a support, which I think I've been doing pretty well, like just setting up my teammates for success, and that feels good because I mean, I see like my teammates popping off and like getting crazy and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, the role swap, I mean, I've been basically in every single role. Actually, at this point, yeah, I've played every single role. So it's just like another day in the office, I guess. But it's just like what I'm getting out of it. Like when you're in a star role, you're getting out of it that like, oh, like, wow, like I dropped a 30 bomb, right? When you're in IGL, you're like, I called a good game. When you're a support player, it's like I set up my teammates for success, and like that feels really good. So that's where I'm at currently.
One last question from me is, what do you think about your games for next week? So you got SKDC and Lag. Are you looking forward to those.
Yeah, I mean, having a new Opper, a new IGL, I mean, and, like, anything can happen, right? I mean, I think, yeah, it's just gonna be a fun couple of matches next week.
Okay. I don't think we have anything else for you. So if you wanted to give any shout outs before we swap over, now'd be the time for
Yes,
that.
I want to shout out the team. Y'all did great. I also want to shout out Flyquest Red, or Flyquest in general, and also Leon Bet and Tradeify and Logitech G and Stacked and Olipop. And shout out to Shake's friend Swan for some reason. All right. That's it.
Amazing. I mean, thank you so much for joining us for tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Thank you.
All right.
Always.
Well, Parks, it's just us. Back to the two of us to throw it to the weekend. Anything else you want to say before we close this one out?
I really do not have anything else. No, it's been an interesting week for sure. It's always fun when you get 3 games in a week because you kind of see a little bit of not fatigue, but like you just kind of see over a longer form period. It says I wouldn't say it's like a best of 3 over a week, but it feels kind of like that, right? They're getting more games in. And I mean, you got to think Dust 2 US is coming up, CCT is on the way. Like all these different leagues are now going to start to pop up, and all of a sudden the schedule gets a lot busier, right? So this is the time to take advantage and win those maps now.
That's a good call out, honestly. Yeah, Dust 2 US, CCT are going to be huge. It has, I did feel like I had a bit too much time in my day. So, got to make sure we get in for those best of 3s. I feel like we're on the same wavelength because I'm like, yeah, we played a best of 3 this week with extra steps.
100%. The good news is those steps are done, and we can retire to the beds, as we pointed out at the start. So I think we're good to get out of here. Floofies, if you have any last words, I'm ready to call it here. I hope everybody has a really good night.
Nope. Let's just fly and have a good rest of your night.
Bye, everybody.